Eclipse Graphics booth at Brickworld Chicago. Eclipse is your #1 source for any custom printing job. They've been a long-time sponsor of RebelLUG, and they supply all of our badge bricks to us. If you need any sort of custom printing job, check them out, as well as their custom minifigures and accessories.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the RebelLUG channel. This is our booth at Brickworld Chicago.
Everett, thoughts?
Life is pain.
See the banners, the Last Hope Submission banner. The Last Hope Submission was our main collab this year. And yeah, we can just get into that and then we'll go through all the other mocks that are at our booth here. Starting off with Anders or Alclone Productions, part 1 of the Last Hope Submission. Make sure you've checked out all the videos by this point and stuff like that so you can see the story and stuff that's going on. Little known fact, do you want to share, Everett?
So Anders is really cool, and he built the mock in 2 days.
We're just going to talk over the announcer that keeps talking every 30 seconds.
I can't have a swear word on screen.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cut that out.
No, we're going to cut it.
All right, we're starting over?
Yeah.
All right.
Come on, come on.
Okay, a little known fact. Anders built this in 2 days, didn't set any progress on the whole time, and gave Spencer and I a heart attack up until this point, okay? He's unreliable, and don't get him your collab.
Yeah, I'm excited to have Alclone Productions as part of the next collab. The next thing that wasn't late, this was shipped to us by Kevin or Brick Ninja weeks before the collab. He built this custom fighter tank. You see a mini kit there, grass and stuff that makes it look like the fighter tank's even floating. You know, great work there. Now we can move on to the second part. That's a vignette interlude, by the way, I should say. Not really part of the main story, but gives more, you know, scenes to the story that we're trying to tell here. What do we got for number 2?
Noah built a mock. It's got some rocks, I guess, and I don't like his trees that much, so yeah, he's got a lot of clones.
Yeah, I think he did a great job on the trees there. The lavender is beautiful, the pink and the white trees, the pink and the white leaves and stuff like that. You see lots of Lacertosis crystals. This has some of the tallest rock work in the whole thing, and it kind of depicts what maybe some lower ravines and plateaus and stuff within the collab would look like. You can see Validus Squad there by AV Figures. You know, I'm going to plug that, purchase them, link in the description. You know what I'm talking about.
I told Noah to make the leaves hang, and he never did it.
That's too bad. Now we can move on to my part, probably the best part of the whole collab.
I'm doing Spencer's now. So this mock is pretty okay. He spent a lot of time on the gunship and not a lot of time on anything else. So the back of it is pretty incomplete, if you can see that. And the trees are pretty lame. But the temple is actually really good. Spencer did a good job in the temple. And the gunship looks really boring, but it's actually really well designed and really well compact and put together. Andrew Sommers himself said it was really good. So there you go.
Thank you, Everett. I love you. Now we move on to Wyatt's part, which is really hard to take good pictures of because it's all flat. But maybe that kind of plays to what's going on here. You know, we have the mining tank, and the natives are attacking the mining tank because the clones, they don't want the clones, you know, mining all the Lacertosis crystals by force and stuff like that. Yeah, he didn't build the treads until the very last day. He pretended like, you know, he just had them built and stuff like that, but I don't think he ever did. We're going to keep talking over the announcer because he's going to talk every...
Attention, Brickworld.
Attention, attention. Next, we have the next vignette interlude. This is by Danny or Lego Buff Productions. He has a really cool rock path right there and a really cool technique using lots of picker brick leaves that kind of, you know, I don't know. It looks really cool inside that square and stuff like that, even though it's diagonal.
He was supposed to have a monk self-immolating, but he forgot the figures in Michigan, and so, yeah, sorry.
Happens, you know what I'm talking about. He's also got a cool arch there. I really like that. This is one of my favorite parts of the whole collab by Caleb Walker. In the dark, it's in the mines and stuff like that. You can see Validus Squad walking through the mines in the top wall as Chaos is up on the top of the surface. Anything to comment, Everett?
For some reason, I thought Caleb's last name was Wagner for a while, and so now I know.
We have 2 Caleb W's in the lug.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. Next we have Olav's mock, which depicts like this temple that we were planning on being, you know, much bigger than it is now, but I think the detail is tremendous. What's up, Everett?
Hi, my name is Grant Davis. I didn't make any of these builds.
What do you think of them?
They're pretty done. Like the white tree with the pink stuff, pretty good. And then the landscaping's good, of course. I mean, it's Olaf, so what do you expect? But yeah, starting out.
Do you think we were snubbed out of an award?
Yes. Absolutely. Well, so the thing with nominations is like they're incorrect, all of them. Like,
I don't think there's a correlation between good mocks and awards or nominations.
Yeah,
what do you think about that?
You just got to know people, and
This is not relevant.
It's all about connections. It's all about connections.
Bye. Goodbye.
All right, now we can move on to the cameraman's. You can comment on his camera work mock, Packer221 or Drew, who built the inside of Olaf's temple. I know Olaf's temple could fit inside of Drew's mock tenfold, but it's the inside of it, in case you didn't know. Maybe a different part of the temple or something like that.
expands. Maybe it just expands outside of Olaf's mark. I told Olaf make the temple bigger, and he said no. I'm done. And so what am I gonna do?
He's the only one that added lights, which I think really adds a lot. No other mock at our table was prepared for World of Lights. Probably the most exciting part of the whole convention. I love to go to World of Lights. I stayed for any of it.
Yeah, Spencer and I went to sleep at 10 o'clock right when World of Lights started. So
Yeah, it's past our bedtime. I'm sorry. Next, we can move on to this tremendous part done by the Brick Puke, or Lucas, who built a UCS turbo tank, which is going to have instructions available for, and he built this really sick looking wall to the city of the Last Europe's capital city. Great work here. We have the clones scaling the wall and busting through the wall and stuff like that, and the natives trying to defend the city and whatever's going on. There used to be a guy getting run over by the turbo tank, but we had to remove that because it's a little too gruesome. Now we can move on to Everett. Everett, do you want to commentate your own mock?
Yeah, hold on. I actually think my mock sucks, unironically, but that's okay. I spent a lot of time on it, and I think the work came out all right, despite the fact that it sucks. I probably should not have started building in December, and I probably should have added more rock work, but that's okay.
Do you have any tips? How would you do it differently, Everett?
Well, see, I have never done rock work before, and I'm incapable of doing it, so I would push Spencer to not do rock work and try something else next time. But it came out pretty well for everyone else.
Yeah, I think you should have outsourced that part of your mock, Maybe collab within a collab. Next, we can move on to another vignette interlude. This is done by Daniel. His vignette interlude is better than his entire part of the Thrawn collaboration, unsurprisingly.
Which is saying a lot.
I don't think it's possible to not beat his part of the Thrawn collaboration, but I won't make a comment on that. No opinion. I'm not allowed to give my opinion on here. Next, we move on to the finale of the collab.
This is the best part of the collab.
This is the best part of the collab. You heard it here first. This is by First Order Lego. So much texture, so much detail going on in the Last Europe's Capitol building. So much battle damage and everything, where Validus squad is trying to reach the capital, but the droids have finally arrived and they've allied themselves with the Last Europe's natives to help defend against the clones.
Heck yeah.
There's a QR code for First Order Legos. Check them out. Scan the QR code off the video.
All right, now we get into now we get into the non-Last Ropes builds, so I don't really care about these.
I care about them. First, we have Daniel Barwigan's The Last of Us mock, which has just so many great colors and textures going on. Do you have any comments on the detail going on here?
It's actually really good, and I've seen the picture that Daniel's basing everything off, and he gets pretty close to accomplishing the detail in that picture. Not quite there, because Daniel's not quite there yet, but I think in a couple more years, keeps working at it, maybe he'll be a good builder.
Up on top, we have Daniel's tiny house, which no one voted for on LEGO Ideas. He tried really hard last year to get people to vote for it, and no one cared, unfortunately. So if you wanted to see that as a LEGO Ideas set, I don't know what to tell you. The next thing is Daniel's Venus flytrap, which he built in like a day because he was bored. He's just such a baller about it.
And now it is now going to the Lego house. So,
I'm being called by Danny. I wonder what Danny wants. Danny, comment.
All right.
He says make it fast. All right, we gotta move. Anders, we can move on. Okay, Danny, Lego buff. There's all video. This is Daniel Savard's mocks, who's not a member of RebelLUG right now, but he's been a tremendous help to us this weekend. Huge shout out to my homie.
He slept in our room. He was so cool. Like, I saw him cuddling of the other Daniel every single night, and I was like, man, that's so cute. And so let's continue.
Straight adorable. Here's some mocks by Packer221, Drew again, who's brought these every year.
And James and Wyatt built some really cool tanks and Battle San Juan Hill. Let's move.
Who is James? He's
Commander James Lego. He's a pretty cool guy. We like him.
Not a member of RebelLUG, but still here.
Screw this stuff.
Bricktail Studios bringing these every year. You know how it is. Here we get on to, what is this, the second or third age? I don't know.
This is second age, and Anders built it looked god-awful online, but looks pretty okay in real life.
Yeah, Anders' mock looks awful. Anders' mock looked awful in picture, but in person, dude, this thing is fire.
No, it's not. It's just okay in person, but it's a big step up from what it was, which is god-awful. All right. We actually got nominated here.
Yeah, there's a nomination. We should have mentioned Lucas's nomination for his tank. Also, by the way, Daniel also got a nomination for a mock at RebelLUG, even though he's not an orphan, but that's okay. This mock is even better in person, also, even though it looked really good on camera. You see, with like this diagonal bridge and stuff. It rotated on 2 axes that I never even noticed. So much depth, so many layers, so many colors. It's awesome.
All right, go.
Here, Noah's Second Age has lava and a lot of figures.
It's about as mediocre online as it is in real life. You know what I mean?
And now we have probably the highlight of the entire table.
It's not.
The second highlight.
Yeah.
The second highlight, confirmed. This is the space collab called Deep Space Trading by me, Spencer, Daniel Barwigan, who built the other ship. I built this ship, the one that's nominated. You know, I don't mean to leave this right here, but I'm going to leave it right here, my nomination brick. James or Legomania also helped us out by shipping in this ship from in the middle here, and he also sent us some other little cargo ships. Simon Liu built these Marish ships that you'll find all around, and Daniel built a bunch of asteroids. These Marish ships are sick. You have like a bunch of cargo containers on them and stuff like that. And yeah, it looks like since we've started, they've already started taking the banners down and stuff like that because everyone wants to get out of here. And people are here to actually take our picture now. So I guess we should wrap this up. Everett, last comments.
We deserve to win some awards. My mock kind of sucked, but that's okay. We'll be better next year. We'll probably win next year. I don't know. Goodbye.
Bye.
When High Command gets back in the meeting and they won't tell you who they kicked.
Why do people build with Lego bricks? Is it because something deep down inside has not been compensated for? Is it a lack of motherly love, fatherly abandonment? This evening we're going to take a look at some of these mocks and try and answer these questions. Right here we have an all-terrain recon transport. You can see there's a little bit of gray and a little bit of blay, some tan too, a couple of green pieces and a couple of light green pieces. We're not really sure what's going on. And is it actually finished? I don't really know. The question you have to wonder when you see all of these creations is, was it finished in the last 30 minutes, or is this something that's been sitting around for 10 or 15 years? There's some models here at this show that are older than the people displaying other models. Let's see. Continuing on down here, there's just some Star Wars figures. The only thing of note really is the Star Wars figures. And that's really all you have to think or say about that. This is what appears to be a set, but it is custom, and that is nice. I really respect the creativity, displayed with the edges here, jagged, whatnot, green, whatnot. Is there should we be looking at all of these as a whole, or should we be looking at these individually? I don't really know.